Right? Good evening, everyone. This is Isaac with Nader Boys here with you tonight. We're kind of just making sure everything's up and going here, our Facebook and our YouTube stuff, and that the audio and everything's working and things like that. We didn't necessarily plan on being live tonight, but with the way that the storms are progressing out in Kansas and moving east, and with some of the model guidance and stuff, it looks like things could hold together a little longer than originally thought. So if we would come on here, just kind of be live, basically for the east side of Kansas, and then Subby will probably take over on the when it gets towards state line. So, but we both have to work tomorrow, so we're gonna try to hang with you guys as long as you hang with us, and see how long it takes for these storms to go and how they progress. So, um, first we'll just take a quick look at radar, and this is. Oh, okay. Wife's got the stream on in the living room. I thought it was hearing something different. Anyway, so this is going to be out in Kansas. You can kind of see some towns here. I don't know this area that well, so I can't tell all of the little towns. Just the ones that kind of come up as we go across the radar here. So it's kind of just getting past Council Grove area, down by Cottonwood Falls, and then down towards Wichita. It's going to be to the east of Wichita, El Dorado area. These storms, the main threat tonight is going to be strong to severe hail or wind, not hail. There is going to be some hail in there that could be large at times. It's gonna be spotty, but the big thing is going to be wind with a very small tornado threat. So these are moving off to the east, maybe a little northeast at about 30 miles per hour, but they are packing a punch wind wise. We've had basically until I went live, this whole line was severe warned, and that's due to wind. The northern side here has been it's kind of coming down now. It's about 60 miles per hour, but it's been 70 for a couple counties here. And then they're also saying about an inch size, quarter size hail with that. But the wind is going to be the biggest threat. When you get kind of down here towards Cottonwood Falls, down towards El Dorado, this is where it's really starting to pick up. Right before I went live, this was the wind down here was radar indicated 90 mile per hour plus, and it's considerable threat damage down there. If you move on down the line, it kind of has a breakdown here towards the Kansas Oklahoma border, and Oklahoma's got some storms down there. They've got some tornado warnings out there too. There was one tornado warning involved with this line of storms a little bit further to the west. I can't remember exactly where it was, but it was going to be in this part of the storm right in here. But I want to say it's back here by Marion McPherson area, and then it has turned in to basically just a straight line wind event right now. We can go through here and take a look at wind velocities here. So within here, so this is going to be that area that I was originally talking about, where you have some really strong inflow into this thing, and then this is where I'd be kind of worried about some kind of spin up tornado thing. Usually won't last very long and not very strong, but it could be. But right now, straight line winds is going to be the biggest threat, and that's getting ready to come into Emporia, and just a few minutes. I'm still learning on how to use this little drawing right here. I can go here and draw it east. Not that one. That's what I was using earlier. Yeah, there we go. And then so Emporia area. I don't know why it didn't come up. I just learned this about an hour ago on how to do this. I've seen Jim do it a few times. Going a little bit further. 24 minutes to Emporia area. That kind of gives you guys a look at what the radar is looking like right now. It's still a ways away from from state line, but I know we have some followers out here in Kansas. I don't know where you're at in Kansas. That's why we went ahead and went live when it got roughly about the eastern side of Kansas here. And then we're gonna follow this until either all this severe stuff's out of it, or until it crosses state line, maybe a little bit into state line. We are not mobile tonight. We didn't plan on actually doing anything tonight, and then with the, like I said, with the way the radar's looking and the model trends, it looks like this stuff could hold together. And I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the maps here. Let me get it switched over here. So this is the updated Storm Prediction Center outlook. You can see on here moderate risk and that's going to be wind driven. That's still out in Kansas. I don't know the counties on here, so hopefully you guys can see that. Are these storms moving northeast? So just watch the line. It's basically moving east. It's got a very slight northern movement to them. I'll put it in motion, but they're basically going to be moving east. It looks like a northern movement just because the way that the clouds are moving, the storm, the little low that's in there is moving. So basically due east. Any chance in the morning of strong storms? Amy, in the morning, some of the models show some storms around. It doesn't look like strong storms. No, it looks like probably rain. And I'm going to go through that here in just a second with this and show you. So like I was saying, this is the most updated Storm Prediction Center outlook for the day. This was updated earlier this afternoon. It hasn't really changed for anything that they weren't already planning on. See, the moderate risk just barely does not hit state line. It's kind of right on it, but tornado chance small. It is out there, more out in south central Kansas than Missouri. Not really expecting a whole lot towards state line. But the biggest thing is the wind. You can see out here with 45% chance of seeing severe wind within a 25-mile at any given point kind of deal. So, and then the hatched area just means an increased risk of severe wind. Hail threat, not really so much in at least Missouri area, kind of down in Kansas, and the screen just refreshed on me. But we'll go back to it. Doesn't look like any big chance of hail tonight. Can't rule it out to get some pea-sized hail or anything like that with it. When you have a storm, you still gotta have everything in play there. So this is the severe thunderstorm watch. It does go till 2 a.m. and my thought is that they'll start knocking some of these counties off as the storm progresses east. But basically for west central Missouri, eastern Kansas, plan on 2 a.m. and that's for all modes. It could be a flash flooding stuff going on since we've had a lot of rain lately. A small hail threat, some significant winds. I can't emphasize that significant winds. You might think it's a tornado with how strong these winds can get, and just have some heavy rain if you get underneath one of these. The orange right here is the severe thunderstorm warnings, and these have been moving east as the line moves east. I'll go ahead and go through. This is the latest model, the HRRR. This is what we use to kind of get some model guidance, some information for us. This analyzes real-time data and kind of puts out a pretty good picture. This thing has been pretty accurate today with where the storms are located now and the timings on it. This is at 7 p.m. tonight, and with each refresh here, it's an hour. So there's 8, 9 o'clock tonight. You can see it's going to be about the right area when you're looking on radar. And there's 9, 10, 11 p.m. actually this is midnight. I was off 1 hour. This is midnight, so you can see it's really kind of getting into Henry and Johnson County. But before, about this time yesterday, the models and stuff were showing this stuff all just kind of dying out by the time it got to eastern Kansas. And with each run, the models have been showing that this could be a little bit stronger as it gets into this area. And you can see that low is right in there. So that'd be 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Have some more pop up storms. Probably just regular showers, maybe some thunder. Wouldn't expect anything severe, but can't rule out a strong storm. Got messages. Okay. All right. So this is okay. That was 5. This is it's 7 a.m. Yeah, 12Z. 7 a.m. 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11, 12. That'll be noon, and then going into the afternoon. So morning looks like to have some storms around. I don't expect anything severe, but yeah, it could be kind of strong. Just kind of hit and miss there. I'll go back to midnight and let you guys see that again. So this is midnight. Like I said, with each refresh, it's an hour. So 5 a.m., 6, 7. And then it's out of here, and that last one was that's 1 p.m. in the afternoon tomorrow. And this is just the first event of this week. There's more later this week, but we'll get into that at a later time. Let's focus on this one and get through it. I do have the cameras pulled up here. It's not really showing a whole lot on there right now, but I can go view this from time to time. But these storms are still well out in Kansas where we're not going to see anything even on the horizon. So I'll go ahead and go back to radar and come up. Here we go. So there's really not a whole lot going on the eastern side right now, but like I said, I don't know how far west we go with our viewership here. So want to go and come on, kind of get things going. It's really just kind of be a waiting game. Let's see how these things progress as they go across the state of Kansas here. They're only moving about 30 miles per hour, so this is gonna take a while. It could be a late night, unless some of the models were right and it starts falling apart, which would be great because I could really use some sleep before going to work tomorrow. Here. Alrighty. Yeah, that's still up. Facebook's still up. Good deal. All right, Amy, you're welcome. Hope that helped with being able to see that model and stuff, not just saying if there's going to be storms or not. So Arlington tomorrow doesn't look to really have a whole lot of severe for West Central Missouri. The severe weather threat looks to be up in basically north of Kansas City, if I remember right. Let me go through and view that just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's to the north. Do it, and I'll bring this back up for you guys. Actually, they did drop it a little further south than what it was, but barely touching Cass County. So it all depends on how long these storms stay around it in the morning. If it's something that lasts into the afternoon, it kind of starts limiting what could possibly be left for the atmosphere to work with. It doesn't have time to recover, which is good. If if you're not wanting storms or anything severe or anything like that. So if you're kind of a weather enthusiast, you kind of like seeing some strong storms out there. Not necessarily tornadoes. We don't really like the damage part of it, but we do like the storm structure and stuff like that. So, but if it does get crazy tomorrow, I'm at my job tomorrow, but there's a chance that I'd be able to come on, be live for a little bit, and if I have to stop the stream, then I'll stop it. But if I'm not expecting to have to go live at any point tomorrow. But if we need to, we'll try to be there. So, and I can look at timing for tomorrow too. Pull this up again. Let you guys see. This will be 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So, and I don't remember how far we went on when I showed this before, but this is 3 p.m. tomorrow. Everything seems to be up north, and this is the first time I've looked at the newest run. I haven't looked all the way through to the whole 48 hours of it. It looks to this model's predicting everything staying north. I haven't looked at the other model, the NAM, yet either. Everything. This is 2 a.m. So Tuesday's the next bigger day for potential severe weather. Tuesday, stronger threat for central Missouri. Yeah, Arlene, that's right. Tuesday it looks to be the bigger day, and that once again could stay up north. And just looking at this, right now, this would be 10 a.m. Tuesday. So here's noon. Here's on Tuesday. Just verifying there. 1, 2, 3 o'clock there. 4, 5. Okay. Right in through. So this is predicting about 5 o'clock on Tuesday. We'll have a line of storms right around West Central Missouri. We plan on being out Tuesday. We're not sure where we're going to be at, but we plan on being out in the field so everyone can view that too. And then I think Jim's going to be after his full-time job, he'll be home. We'll be in the neck of the woods till Wednesday, so hopefully if any storms. Yeah, Amy, he'll probably ask me, and then I'll tell him to go look himself. But yeah, we'll definitely be following it. So it's good to know because then I can reach out to you. But right now, it doesn't look like anything major. This only goes out to 7 p.m. on Tuesday evening. This specific model, it's the HRRR. We go up to the NAM, we can look. It's still coming out. It only goes out 13 hours. Well, by the time we can know the stream, that whole model run will be out, and we can go through and view that if anybody's interested then. I've seen your comment, but I didn't read it. Let me go back in the chat here. Big green blob over Truman. Reading thousands of books. Yep. That's the lake for you, man. You can go wash that truck again. Just tell me about it the other day. It looked like he had hair growing out the front of his truck. Couldn't hardly see out the windshield. He had to stop and clean it off. There's a lot of bugs. A lot of big bugs. All right, we'll flip back over to the radar. Let's just watch this as it comes in. So it kind of looks like the northern section of here. I wish I knew counties. I don't know the names of them. I do apologize for that. I'd really have to print out everything, and you'll see me over here hunting and pecking, kind of finding and trying to find them. But right around Emporia south, we're just gonna call it state line. It's not quite the state line, Oklahoma Kansas state line. Right in through there is where the bulk of the wind threat's going to be right now. Kind of come up into Osage City too. You can look on the right side over here, and I can go to one screen, and that might help be able to see this. So Emporia, it's bumped back up to 70 miles an hour there. You can see all of this coming into the storm. And Osage City is going to be kind of on the northern side of it, so kind of in this area south as this thing moves east. And this looks like if you just follow it straight east, Adrian area, and then over in the Clinton, if it holds together, that's going to be kind of the area. Maybe up to Harrisonville if this thing takes any kind of northern track to it. Levy, have you made it home yet? I can't remember what time you left here. About an hour ago, I think. Do some work on the cameras real quick, guys. I need some settings. Arlene, I will get to that in just a second here. I gotta change the setting on the camera real quick. Actually, I'll leave that one alone for now. We still got a while before they get over here. So as far as hail, thanks for reminding me about that. I usually look at my phone for that one. I don't know why. It's just a habit right now. But so in the yellows and oranges, reddish kind of colored. If we see those, then that would be where the biggest chance for any hail would be. This system is mainly the biggest threat is going to be straight line winds. Not so much of any kind of severe hail. I can't rule out some pea-sized hail from like the southern area down here, just to the west of Madison, but they're saying colder in there, but that's all radar indicated. And it just refreshed, so that would be where they came up with the quarter size hail. We can click on this and get a reading of it and see what the National Weather Service is saying about it. 945 for northeastern Butler and Greenwood counties in Kansas. There we go. I should just start clicking on that, and then it's going to tell me all the information I need, right? Victoria. I don't know if you guys can read that. I guess I should just read it out loud. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Emporia to near Hamilton, 12 miles east of Leon. Anyway, moving east they've sped up down here. They're moving 55 miles per hour now. They were doing 30 earlier. Check that. Let's see when it started speeding up. Here. Be an option in here somewhere to pick more. I can't go back as far on here as I can the other one. There's usually is a section down here where you can pick how many frames you want to go back, and this one's set for just 7. If you can pick 14, I think 21, and it goes up to like 240 or something. Anyway, when it was back in this area, it was still going 30, so it's just recently started speeding up. So you can see the purple in here as this moves across. That would be, I would say, was hailing and some decent sized hail in that purple area, but it's weakening as it gets closer to Madison. Wanted food. Actually, she wanted to stay here and play with the puppies for another hour. About didn't let you leave. Okay. And I put my phone down and get a message. Oh, well, we got some time here, guys. Just wanted to throw in a reminder in case you haven't seen it or you've seen it and just kind of scrolled past it. But we are still doing our shirt sale. We're keeping that going until about 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you want a shirt, we have the information on our page. You can see the shirt. I'm actually wearing one of them right now. This is one that we had made. So we had one, and then we decided to go ahead and offer it to you guys. Whoever wants one. It's $25. Any kind of proceeds that we make off of it, it just goes into our fund for being out in the field for chasing. It'll help pay for fuel, wear and tear because of all the miles we put on the car. So oil changes, tires, any kind of flats we get. We already had one this year, and that's why we couldn't. That's actually why we couldn't make it out during the. One of the last storms. It was like 2 storms ago. We couldn't make it out because we had a flat tire. We had to wait to get that thing fixed. Actually, I think that may have been the night that we were at Jim's, maybe. Anyway, but that also can help with our camera network too. So we've got some more cameras to put up. We're just trying to figure out where we want to put them up to get the best value, kind of bang for your buck kind of thing. But any kind of proceeds we get is just all going to go back into this. So whether it's cameras or towards the vehicle, basically. So, and whatever profits we get, we do appreciate it because it really helps us be able to get out and do more. We don't have all those fancy scientific equipment, but just getting eyes on the storms to kind of see what this could potentially be looking like compared to what the radar looks like. And we'd get pictures and videos and things like that. So we could also send that into the National Weather Service, and just those little things like that can go a long way into learning about it. So it offers some new information. What is Clinton looking at any severe weather tonight? There's potential. It looks like these will probably weaken enough to be under severe limits by the time it hits western Missouri, Clinton area, but the chances is there. They're probably just going to be strong storms, but by the time they make it over to Clinton, the reason why we're live tonight, we did not plan on being, but with the way the radar has been and the recent model guidance this afternoon has shown that has shown that these could hold on a little longer than was originally predicted. Originally, it was about the time it got to this area around Burlington to Ottawa, Paola area. This line of storms had really just kind of fallen apart and just had some spotty stuff on there. So that's why we haven't really posted a whole lot or anything or didn't really plan on being live or anything like that. But since the recent guidance and just watching radar, we went ahead and went live. We don't know how many people we actually have viewership wise that are over here in Kansas, so the eastern Kansas area. So that's why we're live. Eventually, Jim's going to be on. I think Jim's going to be on. He kind of talked like he might be, but he may have just been kind of watching around too. So, but I think when he gets on and it gets into Missouri area here, we'll probably see where things are at, and if we need both of us being live, we will. But we definitely don't want to take anything away from Jim. He's been great to us. So, but I know we do have some people on here. I just don't know how far west they are. So that's why we went ahead and went on. That way we can answer any questions or anything like that. So, but hopefully that answered your question. Don't expect anything tornadic necessarily. You can't rule it out, but it's very, very small tonight. Tuesday could be a different story, but tonight just maybe some strong winds, some rain, and really don't feel like the hail threat is going to be over in this area. So just kind of go over it again. You can it's easier to see it on the other screen, and I can throw that up there too. But you can see the pink outlined areas here. That's going to be the severe thunderstorm watch, and that goes till 2 a.m. So and it looks like this is going to be the first day of a pretty significant stretch here for severe weather in our area. It's not necessarily going to hit west central Missouri every day or eastern Kansas every day, but there's going to be we're kind of in a battle zone for the next week and a half, 2 weeks roughly for storm systems. So it could be Kansas, it could be up here in Iowa, it could be down in Texas, Oklahoma area. So the next couple weeks, definitely know how to know how to get severe weather alerts and stuff. If you don't have a weather radio, I'd definitely go ahead and go get one and get it up and going. But this line over here is gonna be packing a punch. Still 70 mile per hour winds, and this has a history of producing over 90. These colors make it look a lot worse than what the other one does. That's this one. There we go. So right around Neosho, Hartford, Reading, Barclay, just to the southwest of Osage City, Kansas, is going to be where the strongest winds are at right now. And I wish I knew how on this software to be able to tell you exactly how fast these winds are, but I don't know how to do that yet on here without just clicking here. But you can actually go in here and see the gate on there and how fast they actually are moving away from the radar and towards the radar. And I'm going to figure that out one of these days, but just had a lot going on. But I can't tell you where the heavier winds are, the stronger winds are. On the left here, you'll see the sweep thing out. That is something that Jim showed me that we got all because he showed me and that it was available and what it did. So I really thank him for that. Basically, it updates the radar image quicker than what we had before. But it saves about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, I think. He timed it. All right. So Jenny said, "Thank you, Dan." I'm not sure what Dan's comment is. I don't have. Oh, there it is. Oh, he's the first one. I missed that. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. We will. We'll be careful. We're actually stationary tonight, so we're not out in the field, but eventually we will be. That's where we like to be. Really, we'll just sit here and watch radar. If you guys have any questions, put it in chat. If I don't see it, I got my wife in there. She's also watching chat. She's Jenny in there. Um, and we'll just kind of sit here and see how this thing progresses as it moves across. Everyone say hi to Jenny. She's here. She's sitting in the other room, comfortable on the couch. I'm assuming she's on the couch. Hi, Kens. All right. Here we go. I'm not. Is that a forming hook with the rotation? So, yeah, are you talking? I don't know whether to call you Dad, Randall, or Randy. Anyway, Mr. Wilson, if you're talking about right in here, then no. But it's like things like this. If this can start wrapping around further, and you start getting the red versus green or couplets, and then that's when we can start zooming in, looking at gates, and when they're touching, and the brighter the colors, the faster that rotation be. But right now, this is just inflow to the storm, so we're not seeing anything that would make us think that there's any kind of rotation for a tornado or anything like that. But it does look like it's heading up towards with the newest severe thunderstorm warning that is kind of going a little bit more northeast instead of just due east. It's got that little northern movement to it. Just take a look and see what Pleasant Hills radar. It's a little far out there. Go back over here. Pecos. It's gonna be right just southwest of Osage City is the heaviest or the strongest wind environment down there. Looks like the stuff that's gonna be north of there has really weakened and does not look like that's gonna be much of an issue in the near future at least. And I think it's probably going to continue weakening a little bit as it moves across. I think this section down here is going to become the dominant part of this line of storms. So now we have people over towards Paola. I'll just draw a line from the beginning there to all the way over to just north of Harrisonville. This will give you guys kind of a timestamp on this. I'm pretty sure it's still moving at 55. Doesn't look like it's slowed down on through there. Oh, 50. Okay. Eventually, I will learn this and be sufficient at it. Yeah, Jody, that's a big bow right there. So then that's why we're saying this is what's leading the severe warnings and the severe threat for this evening is going to be this section of that line. So if you're in front of this line is moving east, kind of northeast, that once that passes you, then you should be good for the night. But this does have it was up to 90-mile-per-hour winds at one point, so it does have capability of strengthening and kind of weakening, kind of going through a cycle there. But yeah, that's going to be the heaviest part of that storm. And I don't know the name or majority of these are going to be at, but Hallsville or Hall Summit in about 10 minutes. I'm just going to throw out some random ones here. Williamsburg, Kansas, 25 minutes. Ottawa, 42 minutes. We'll do Peoria, 48 minutes. Parker, 54. Osawatomie in about an hour. They all a little over an hour. Let's try to go over towards a little bit more towards the state line and see here. Lewisburg, 77 minutes. So an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes. Then into Missouri in about an hour and 20. Kind of stay zoomed in on this wind bag that we have going on right here. This is the going to be the strongest part of the storm right in this area. Doesn't look like there's a ton of lightning in this thing either. You see some strikes in here. That's not a lot of lightning. But actually, you can start seeing a little bit on the west-facing camera. Here, I'll just go and I'll pull it up for a few here. That way you guys can see the cameras out there. These cameras can see a ways out there, so they're looking all the way out towards basically Burlington to Osage City area, and you're seeing the lightning, so they can see a ways. I mean, these cameras are about 100 feet in the air, and they can get some pretty cool lightning events. So we do post those from time to time as we get them, and eventually we'll get those edited and things like that. But it takes a lot of time to do that, and with job and stuff, and that was a pretty good one. And that's part of that storm way out in here. These cameras are sitting in Dayton. You can see the name of them up there. So they're looking a ways out there. And they are in black and white right now. I can't turn the color on. Let's see if I can't. I'm gonna go back to radar while I look on. I'm gonna try to get that camera or that color on that camera. That way you can just see what it looks like. Jenny, let me know if that's any better on the mic. I'm trying to talk right into it, but when I look around, can't. But I've got my mic all the way up, so let me know how that's going, and then we'll kind of adjust from there. But we'll look at this camera real quick and take. Okay. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Well, I'm trying to get that one to go. Okay, let's see if that's saved. I'll put the cameras back up here in a second. I'm trying to get this to save so it's not black and white. But it's not wanting to save that setting. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, so we got both cameras that kind of face west. One's northwest out of Creighton, one's west out of Dayton. And actually, we'll just look. Let's watch this one. This one should be color now. It does look like color over here. So we'll let that play for a few. And get. Also trying to get the radar up for you guys here, but it's not. That also is not wanting to cooperate very well. I don't know about you guys, but it's cool. It's cool to watch it. I can sit here and watch these lightning events come in, and just enjoy it until it gets closer to the tower. Then I get worried it's going to hit the cameras. You can ask my wife. I stress a lot when there's lightning out by Dayton, but it's also fun to watch. I use gives me a little bit better. Okay. So using the other app that I use for radar stuff, I can actually look at the wind velocities a lot easier to be able to point out how fast they're going, how strong the winds are. The max I'm seeing is right around Osage City at about 62 miles per hour. Now this is also a little ways up into the storm. It doesn't mean that that's what's happening at ground level, but that's about the area right around 60 miles per hour that I'm seeing here. And if I was smarter, I would figure out how to use that software to show you guys that on there, but I don't use it enough. Back to the. Which one do you guys would rather watch, radar or the cameras? So I can do this. Yeah, that takes away a lot of. I can do that. And try to put the cameras on with everything else, but it really takes away from being able to see that radar. Okay, just kind of help with some areas of the strongest wind here. I'll go ahead and zoom in on the right side here. So right around Osage City area, basically right on Osage City is where I'm looking at on the other radar that I can see the numbers on and where I know how to pull them up for one. But right on Osage City, that's where I'm seeing about the 60, 62 area. When you kind of go down to Melbourne, Waverly area, like it drops off into the upper 50s to mid 50 range. And all the stuff's on the backside of the storm. It's going away from the radar too. That's really right over Osage. Osage City is where the strongest 63.8, the highest I've seen. And I've been sitting here too long. My legs are going to sleep. Not good. And I also don't know how loud I'm talking. But if it does get quiet, just let me know. I can always speak up. I'm not fighting that cold. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, just put them in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not a professional at this, just a hobby, but I'll answer them the best way I can. And if I'm wrong, we'll correct it later. Not doing much in there. Let's gonna go down to Oklahoma City here and take a look. Oh man, right by El Reno area. Dang. Yeah, in here is where I'd be worried about, right in this area, just south of El Reno. Looking just to the southwest of El Reno there. This is down in Oklahoma, guys. This isn't anywhere around here. Tracy Clint. So it's kind of hard to tell for sure if Clinton's going to get anything. Originally, this whole storm system was supposed to kind of fall apart before it got to where it's at now, but it's held together. Some of the model trends guidance throughout this afternoon has shown it kind of holding together until it gets over towards west central Missouri, so Cass County, Bates County, Henry County, down to Pettis, not down, Pettis is north, but St. Clair and over to Benton County area. It does look like it may hold together. As far as how strong the storms are, it's severe wise, they could just be strong to severe or just general thunderstorms. It's going to lose a lot of the juice in the atmosphere by the time it reaches west central Missouri. There's just the wind field's not as strong as it is out in eastern Kansas right now. So yeah, I think Clinton's probably going to get some rain, but as far as this being severe, it's going to be hard to tell. But yeah, the model guidance shows it getting to Clinton, but just generalized thunderstorms kind of deal. We're back up in eastern Kansas, still right around Osage City area. That's going to be the biggest part of it. Also click down here. Where's one out of Wichita? I hate when it puts these on here. You can't hardly see anything color wise. Pleasant Hills. Just a lot of strong winds. So the right around a Pleasant Hill also has this all this wind down here. It's still strong, but it's actually going down by Burlington. It's gonna be just north of Neosho Falls. But the closest site we have right now is gonna be the one basically in Topeka. As this moves across, we'll switch over to Pleasant Hill. It's a little closer to state line. So I got the cameras pulled up so I can see them. There's not really a whole lot of lightning now. I think we just happen to switch over and see the best part of the lightning. Tracy, you're welcome. I hope that helps you be able to sleep tonight if that's what you're aiming for. And then tomorrow morning, you may wake up to just some generalized thunderstorms. Don't expect for them to be severe. They may be strong, but I really don't expect anything severe in the morning. And those look to be out of here by right around noonish. And then afternoon stuff looked to be basically right around Kansas City north, if I remember right. I haven't actually wrote that down. Even the wind is starting to. It's still strong up here by Osage City, but you can see it's not as broad. It's not as big of an area. So this to me this kind of telling me that it's kind of weakening through here. But we'll give it a couple more scans to kind of verify that. But right up here, so things like this, when we look at those, this is what we look for, potentially any kind of rotation. So that could be something to look out for. And actually, they just put their weather statement on that. Let's see what they're. Strong wind gust of 50-55, penny size hail. Extreme 3 miles southeast of Pax Code, 4 miles northeast of Harveyville. Gusty winds. Yeah, that's what that says up there. So torrential rainfall may lead to localized flooding. So some flash flooding stuff is one of the risks that I was pointing out earlier. Okay. And then they're saying frequent lightning. Livy, are you down by you're probably down close to Springfield now, right? So he says the wind's blowing pretty hard down there. I bet they're keeping an eye on this right here to see if that starts. But it's this here, so you can see the green start coming back around, and it's still going towards the radar site, which is right here. And then when you get down to this side, this is going away from the radar. So when you start seeing what we call couplets, so right here, maybe a couplet there. It's this right here, right around just southwest of Auburn, Kansas, south of Dover. And this will be heading up towards Topeka area. It's not tornado warned yet, but this is the kind of look that you would get for any kind of spin up tornado or anything like that. Usually they're not very strong, and they don't last for very long for the most part. But you can get these spin up tornadoes, and they may it may produce one, and National Weather Service doesn't have time to put out a tornado warning before it's gone. So you may not actually see a tornado warning on this, but you may still get the winds from it. Or we're waiting there. We'll go ahead and look at for potential hail cores. Burlington would be about the only area that has. Oh, they just issued a tornado warning right in that area. The tornado warning for, man, I really wish I knew the counties. That right in that area. Click off of it, and they issued it. So it's going to be right here. It's going to be moving northeast. I don't know if you guys know anybody that lives in this area, but this is going to be probably one of those spin up tornadoes. Probably not very strong. Can't verify that, but 5 miles north of 5 miles north of Springfield is where it was pretty windy down there. And then yep. Oh, thanks, man. So here. There's really nothing else in this line that this radar site's being on. Once you get down here, kind of really gets a little ways away from radar site. We may switch over to Wichita to view down there. Springfield's still gonna be a ways out, but I believe they're putting up another radar site somewhere in this area. It may even be Burlington. It's not live yet. I think they do have it up, but they're still in testing phase to work on all the kinks. But I think there's going to be another one right around Burlington area. That's still got some rotation on it. I think that cell down there that we were talking about by Reno just got a message from Jim, and it says emergency down there. Dang. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty significant. So if you know anybody who lives down by Moore, Oklahoma, tell them take cover right now. So it's gonna be right here, right in this area, guys. Just to the west of Auburn. If you live in Auburn, Dover, up towards Topeka area, keep an eye on it. This is a smaller tornado warning box. It's not very big. It doesn't cover a whole county, but they do these smaller ones because these are usually spin up tornadoes that don't last very long. So in the next couple scans, all this may go away. We'll just kind of watch it and see where it goes. Still got those strong winds coming out of the just southwest there, so it's got some inflow coming up into it, right by Burlingame, Scranton, and that's heading up towards Carbondale. And I'm hoping this doesn't turn out to be like that night we had 3 weeks ago, where it was just one after another all the way down that line. I don't expect it to be. This doesn't have quite the dynamics that night had. Yes, Jenny, towards Topeka. Let me try to draw that line again. Here, we'll just looking at. So it's still radar indicated. They will put a different colored box inside the. Actually, let me close out of this. So inside this red box, it'll be like a purple white hatched area for when it's actually like viewed by somebody, when somebody actually can confirm that there's a tornado there. Right now, it's just radar indicated. Doesn't mean there's not one, but it's just radar indicated. Southwestern Shawnee County. Man, I gotta remember to click on these things. Usually don't have to worry about the counties, so I use them out in the field and I just go. Southwestern Shawnee County in East Central Kansas, Eastern Wabaunsee County in East Central Kansas until 10 p.m. Severe thunderstorm capable producing a tornado is located 6 miles south of Dover, moving northeast at 20. Man, that thing's barely moving. Probably another reason why they put it such a small area. The rotation is going to be broad here. So if this was more down in this area and kind of circling around like it was a couple frames ago, then I would think there's potential of a tornado there. Not saying there's not one here. There's still tornado warning, so got to go with it. But the rotation seems to have broadened out quite a bit. We need that a little bit more. See if there's anything. Yeah, it's just the basics. Okay. So try this whole drawing thing again here. So about that area up, let's go all the way to Topeka here at 20. Okay, so here's kind of the time frames here. Terra Heights, 49 minutes. And I feel like that's a long time before he gets to another town, but probably because I don't know how to get. So a lot of these you can draw a line and then come out and then put in how fast it's going. I haven't quite mastered that yet. So anyway, Topeka about 53 minutes. Matthews Park about 55 minutes. It also gives the population here, but so it's still Dover, Auburn, and then Topeka. Anywhere in between there, I would take cover, or at least watch this. But closer in the red area here, I would take cover. So Auburn, Dover area, I'd be in your safe place. Oh, they actually just issued another one just south of there. Is this really going to start blowing up? Oh, wrong one. Oh, that's mine. And it's going to be right here. It's going to be this little, it's not really even a notch. You got this pretty significant inflow there. So this one is also radar indicated. And it's moving off to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. And this is going to be for south central Shawnee County and east central Kansas, northwestern Osage County and east central Kansas. So Carbondale area, Scranton area. I'm trying to pull this off to the side here. So once again, close to Auburn, just a little south of Auburn there. And this is radar indicated. It has not been confirmed or visualized by anybody yet. So anybody in this area here, I would take cover there. If you know anybody, have friends, family, anything like that, I would tell them, I'd give them a call and let them know that there's a tornado warning in the area if they don't have any other way to get severe weather notifications. Rayanne, right now there's nothing over towards Tightwad. This is all out in eastern Kansas. By the time it gets into west central Missouri, I feel like it's gonna have weakened. But these things are still packing a punch right now. So we'll monitor these on the way across. Here. Yeah, right in here is where that looks to be the best chance. I don't see anything necessarily further down, but I bet they were calling something down here. And this may turn out to be like it was the other night, where we just have as bouncing down this line as it goes. Anybody was watching us down at Jim's that night. It was on a Monday night. If anybody was watching us down there, it was just like, I think the whole line was tornado warned. So if you're to the east of that, I think we just told everybody to go. So the southerly one is still, it'll be southwest of Lawrence, south of Topeka still. It's going to be to the west of Carbondale, west of Scranton, but Scranton and Carbondale, you are in the tornado warnings. I don't know how to pronounce that. Wakarusa. You're in the tornado warning. The path of it. I'm also messaging Jim back and forth here. He's awake. He's watching. I don't know if he's watching this, but he's at least watching the storms. There's still not a ton of lightning on the cameras. Probably because I have to log back in. And I don't know if I said earlier either, but it looks like there could be some stuff in the morning too. It does not appear to be severe down there towards Tightwad. It looks just like general thunderstorms, maybe some strong storms, but does not look to be severe in nature. There's some lightning. Those would be pretty dang close to each other. Those two areas that I wonder why they had a motion. Yeah, I'm gonna go right in the path here. Yeah. The northern one looks to be, I'm gonna say, flattening out because it doesn't have that notch right here. It looks to be flattening out, which to me, broad rotation. It doesn't look to be having that spin in the atmosphere for a tornado anymore. I think this down here still has some rotation to it, and that could be fairly significant there. So that one may be producing something in right around just north of Burlingame, east of the Kansas Turnpike, around 125th and Burlingame Road, actually, right around that area to the northeast. And then they just shrunk that down a little bit. Outside of the tornado warnings, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings. For a while there, this section up here didn't have any kind of warning to it, but it's starting to gain some energy there, and it's got all these severe thunderstorm warnings here. So further south of there is going to be primarily a wind threat, not so much in the of a hail threat in there, but it's going to be heavy rains. But wind is going to be the primary concern for severe thunderstorm warnings, and those 70-mile-per-hour winds, damage threats considerable. I can read more into that here in a little bit. So still 70-mile-per-hour on that, on the one down by Garnett. So Ottawa, it's knocking on your doorsteps. It should be there here in just a few minutes, just off to your west. It looks like, so you can see on the last few frames here up by Osage City, all that wind, which is it's kind of getting weaker. It doesn't have quite as strong winds up there. Still probably 50-55 mile per hour winds right on that northern edge. Right here by Carbondale, Overbrook, Auburn area. Maybe a little bit of 60-mile-per-hour winds up by Auburn. Let's take a look here again. Looks like that rotation's kind of weakening a little bit on that southern tornado warning just south of Auburn, Kansas. Wouldn't be surprised if they extend it just due to this feature right here. The northern warning. They may extend it right in this area. And as I say that, they take it off. They may issue another one in this area. So keep an eye on this area just to the northwest of Auburn. It looks like it could be trying to rotate in that area. It looks like the one south of Auburn, it doesn't have as strong of a rotation in anymore. But I keep an eye on it just to the northwest of Auburn there. I'll keep that screen up. I'm gonna step into the other room real quick. I'll be right back. Just a minute. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. So, looks like they did go ahead and put a tornado warning on that spot that I was saying keep an eye on. Stepped away for just a couple minutes. Had to get some crackers to eat here, something to snack on. But so this one looks to be moving basically. I'm going to go due north. So once again, Dover's in the area. It's going to be south of I-70. Oh, hit a button. South of I-70, right around Southwest 57th Street and Southwest 61st Street, where that Docking Road, Southwest Docking Road, maybe? Very blurry. And that's going to be heading, like I said, about due north. So it still looks to go west of Topeka. The core of Topeka may hit the suburbs of Topeka. I'm not too familiar with how Topeka is actually laid out there. I've only been through there a couple times. But right in this area is where that tornado warning's going to be. Zoom out, take a look at the whole thing here. But still getting ready to come into Ottawa. Not as strong as of winds as it has been, and I really wish I knew how to use a scope thing to. Oh geez. Sounds like down by Moore, Oklahoma area, guys. I would be sending prayers down there. It sounds like there's potentially 2 very strong tornadoes down in that area. I was in the other room. I did see some damage to the houses and stuff down there. That I would just keep them in your thoughts and prayers. That looks like a very nasty situation going on down there. So we haven't talked about it too much up here, but I can go down there and take a look at the radar down there. So we kind of briefly looked at it a little bit ago, but we're trying to focus on the eastern Kansas and western Missouri area for us up here. But just gonna go down here take a look real quick. It looks to be still northwest of Moore, Oklahoma, but right about probably Mustang area, Yukon area, kind of El Reno. That path right there. It sounds like there's 2 tornadoes on the ground, or there was 2 tornadoes on the ground through here, and it looks very, very destructive down there. So keep those in your prayers. We'll go ahead and move back up here. So yeah, these storms are heading towards Paola. It looks like the heaviest of the winds have weakened and actually moved to the south, kind of the south side of the storm here. I'm eventually going to click. Actually, let me just go ahead and do that. I was trying to stay on the Topeka one to watch the tornado warning server. Let's go ahead and take a look at these winds. There we go. Okay, so the storm is over Ottawa right now. I'm going to use my other screen here, take a look at the wind speeds, and I can kind of tell you where the winds are going to be. Because you can see the colors, but I haven't figured out how to actually, like, my other one, I can just put this over the top, and it'll tell me the wind speed. I just want I'm not sure where that setting's at. But yeah, it's heading for Paola. And right now, looks the biggest part is going to be just straight line winds, and those don't even look like they're very strong. 40 to 50 mile per hour winds in that is what I'm getting on that radar site. Let me look at the leading edge of this. Okay, so that makes a difference. So roughly about 60 mile per hour winds still in this line. That's going to be the primary threat for the Paola area. Let's go back over here to Topeka's radar site. Take a look at this tornado warning over here. So right around Dover area still. This is where the The biggest concern for me is just to the southeast of Dover. I mean, it's practically right over Dover. Moving east, Jake, I seen your comment. We'll respond that here in just a second. Yeah, Marion, that's kind of what been trying to say. Hopefully, I said it in kind of the same way, but I definitely do appreciate you commenting on that because I may not have responded back to her. But yeah, it's moving east. It does have some weakening features to it too, and it may completely weaken to where it's below severe limits by the time it gets to Cass County, Henry County area. I'm just trying to catch up here, guys. So Jake, there was potential earlier on this same line when it was kind of more towards north of Wichita area of producing 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gust. Right now, it doesn't look to be that strong, but it has had history of it. My gut feeling is we won't have that strong. It'll probably be somewhere between 50 and 70, but probably more closer to that 50 mile per hour range. Up here to this tornado. All right, so the tornado ring up by Dover. It does look like the rotation is a lot more broad now. You don't have those real tight couplets with even strong to weak rotation in there. Any kind of rotation is gonna be very broad at this time. So they may allow that to expire. How long did they keep that one going? And even before the 12 minutes, they may cancel that before that 12 minutes, but put it in motion here and oh, it started there, worked its way over in here. And right in there, it's gonna be broad rotation in there. The rest of the line all the way down. Is he outside? He can't figure out what a June bug is. Yeah. That's awesome. Is he just out there like smelling them, trying to play with them, or with? Mm-hmm. Oh man, nice. So our little dog is trying to figure out what a June bug is, and they're bothering him out there. They keep flying in front of him, and he's just not sure what he's looking at. Guys, I'm not really seeing too much more that really concerns me right now. Maybe over by Peoria here could be just a little indention there. Nah, not so much when that came back through. We'll definitely keep an eye on this as it moves across. Go into the Pleasant Hill one here. All right, so on the right side here, we're looking at the hill cores again. This is vertically integrated liquid. Kind of gives us a good idea of where the potential, maybe some strong, like decent sized hail to severe hail. I hate saying strong hail, but right around Colony area, Kincaid area, Lone Elm, it looks to be the biggest hail core right now. There's another one just northwest of Garnett, and you have this in here, so that also could be producing. It just doesn't show. Just doesn't show us. Little dog came in here. He was just staring at me. He's still trying to figure out what a June bug is. And kind of going up this line, Princeton, Ottawa area, just to the south of Ottawa, right around Princeton area, looks to be another maybe roughly pea-sized hail. If there's anything coming out of that, usually the yellows and stuff, you don't really see anything significant, but there still could be some in there. And then up northwest of Emmett. So these up here have actually started packing a punch again. So I was not expecting that. Let me go back to the. So still right around Dover. You can't rule it out. It just doesn't look like there were. It has the same kind of strong rotation as it did earlier. Alrighty. Yeah, Levy, Oklahoma City down there is it looks bad down there. I can't say enough about that. They definitely took the brunt of the storm down here. I'm not gonna click on the radar down here, but basically that box. It sounded like there was two pretty strong, pretty large tornadoes that went through that area this evening in the nighttime here. So pretty populated area. There could be a lot of damage, maybe some fatalities. Hate to think that way, but it's possible when you have that up there. So. All right, there we go. Bring the audio back. Hate to click off of it while we're. Oh no, well, that looks a little bit better there. Still right around Dover area. Like that rotation right there, the area of that rotation is really not moving. But they're probably going to keep that tornado warning on for that until this rotation really starts to broaden out, kind of go away a little bit. Wish I could get the other. There we go. Alrighty, so back down further south on that line, Stanton area, just west of Osawatomie, Parker, down to Blue Mound. Storm's getting right on your heels. Continue watching radar, but I'm going to show you guys, switch over the cameras for just a couple minutes here. You guys see some of the lightning. There's been quite a few cloud to ground lightning strikes that we've got on here. A lot of them have been over on the left side, but there's still cool to look at. I'll leave that up for a couple minutes. Maybe we'll get one in there. That is that line of storms. That's going to be basically right around Osawatomie. Actually, you'll probably still see them kind of up here by Wellsville. I'm trying to think of the angle of the field of view of that camera. I think up by Wellsville, all the way down to right around Bronson, Mapleton area is the field of view you should be able to see on these storms. It's going to be right around that area. I'll bring the radar back up here in a minute or two. I'll let you guys see. Nothing's really changed since I put the cameras on, and really the only thing that's significantly changed is that rotation over by Dover is really starting to broad out and not have those tighter rotations to it. Alrighty. Sounds like Jim is considering going live. All right, let's see what the special weather statement we're talking about there. Tracking strong thunderstorms along a line extending from 3 miles south of Paxico to 4 miles northeast of Harveyville. Moving at northeast at 35. Strong wind gusts to 50 to 55 miles per hour. Any size hail. All right. Switch back over to radar while I'm reading this so you guys can see it. This is going to be up on that tornado warning cell earlier, just southwest of Topeka. They put a severe weather statement on there, basically 50, 55 mile per hour gust, some penny size hail, and that's about it. I'll let you guys see where that's located at. Maybe right here, basically right around Topeka, over to McFarland, down to Wilmington area. This cell up here has my attention. Just kind of off by itself over there. Go back to this line here. Alrighty, so Jim sent me a message. He will be going live here in the next few minutes or so. I don't know exactly when, but when he goes live, we'll see what he wants to do, but we'll probably end our stream and just have everybody go join his, and then we'll still be here monitoring and watching his stream. We'll kind of see what he wants to do. But I also enjoy my sleep too, so I'm not gonna argue about giving up and going to bed. So nothing major happening on radar right now. Still got these severe thunderstorm warnings. So that does include the Paola area, so Miami County. Why it does that? Miami, Lynn, and Johnson County. Severe thunderstorm warning for all three of those. When I click this, I didn't do it that time. I will learn this one of these days. Well, I think it's when it switched radar sites. Okay. There we go. So this severe thunderstorm warning is going to be basically for strong straight line winds. Could be damaging. They're right now they're saying 60-mile-per-hour winds all down that line. That's going to be what's driving these severe thunderstorm warnings. So, and these may end up holding together to get into west central Missouri. Okay, so they did allow that tornado warning over by Dover to expire, and now it's just a severe thunderstorm warning over there. It's going to be for that quarter size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Basically, it's going to be the same thing all the way down this line. Right? Yep, we'll see. Does anybody in here have any questions? Keep an eye on this area right around the scene area. Got the little indention there. That's the that would be around Archie area. That's going to move through. So yeah, I would kind of keep an eye on right by Fontana, Lacine, Lynn Valley area. There's no tornado warning; it's just a severe thunderstorm warning. But that would be an area to kind of watch out for right there, or potential rotation embedded in there. Okay, okay. I'm gonna get the cameras pulled up here too. Actually, I'm gonna take. won't be able to see me. Still. Okay, let's try that. There we go. All right, now you guys got the cameras, the west-facing camera on a Dayton, and the radar on here. See how that works out. Weird. These things are holding together longer than we kind of thought they would. Sorry, I'm looking at the other TV to see how the delay is from the time I do something to the time it shows up. Oh. About 10 to 15 second delay. Not bad. That was just out of curiosity more than anything. So I'm still looking in on right around the East Scene area. I haven't seen anything that would on velocities that makes you think any kind of tornado or rotation or anything like that. But that's just the kind of look that we would start watching for. Same thing just south of there, and these little crevices here from that line. That's kind of what draws our attention. And that's what first drew my attention on that tornado warning that happened up north in this line up here earlier. Alrighty. Well, guys, Jim is live. He has been for a few minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on our end. So I've still got to pack up all this stuff tonight to get ready to potentially be mobile and be out in the field on Tuesday. So I got a lot of packing and things, make sure I don't break anything because I've done that already. And that gets expensive. But I do appreciate everyone that's been in here, that has commented, chatted, chatted a little bit. It helps me with figuring out what to talk about. So, but if you can continue coverage for the rest of eastern Kansas into west central Missouri area, Jim's Sublet is live on his YouTube page and I believe his Facebook page too. Let me go through and verify that before I break it off here. But it's on his YouTube. It's Subby's Weather Talk. If you just look up that, you'll be able to view him. He's great. He knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. And then his Facebook, I believe he's on his advisory page. Yeah, Subby's WCMO advisory page. He's on there, and he'll have coverage all the way up to this gets out of West Central Missouri or until there's no severe warnings left. Is usually what he does. So, but I'm going to head in and end ours. We'll probably be back. If anything happens tomorrow, we're going to try to go live. We'll have the stuff with us, but working our full-time job tomorrow. But there's a potential that if something does happen that we'll be able to go live. We just have to end the stream if something does happen. So, but then Tuesday, hopefully we'll be back on and give you guys something to watch there with coverage there. I don't know how Tuesday is going to go yet, but we'll adapt and overcome then. So go over like Jim's page, follow his. He's, like I said, he's on YouTube. He's on Facebook. He'll give you a lot more information on this than what I can. He's a lot smarter. He's been doing this a lot longer than me or Levy really. So, but do appreciate it tonight, guys. He does have access to the cameras too, so he may throw those up on there. He may not. I'll go ahead and while I'm still blabbering on here, I will put the cameras back in full screen here so you guys can see those for the last few seconds here. But then I say that, but it's not giving me the option. Here we go. So this is once again west facing out of Dayton. I do want to point out again that tonight is our last night. We're taking pre-orders up to about 7 a.m. tomorrow for our shirts. Once again, those are the sale is just designed to kind of do a fundraiser for us. It helps us be able to afford fuel, wear and tear on the vehicle, oil changes, insurance, all of that on the Chase vehicle. So if we get enough, it'll also help us build out our camera network. So we'll have access to it. Jim will have access to it too. We're just kind of working together to get as much information as we can out to everybody. That's what the goal is. It's not for us to make a living off of it. It's to get information out to everybody in the area. So we can only do so much. So any kind of help helps us be able to help you basically. So alrighty, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. And we will probably see you guys Tuesday, if not for some weird reason tomorrow. So thank you guys. Have a good night, and Jim will take over.